Cheerio, bonjour, allo, and howdy. I apologize. I've been trying to make this video for about 4 minutes, and Rudy will not shut up. I mean, this stupid, almost 18-year-old, 17-pound poodle thinks he could kick some butt, and oh my goodness, he doesn't even have teeth. You guys know this was my parents' dog, and they stopped taking him to the vet about 5 years before mom died. And so he was in very, very poor shape when I got him. His breath was horrendous. 3 years prior to my mother's death, I would walk into the house and say, Mom, I can smell Rudy's breath. And she would say, oh, no, you just don't like him. You like the labs and the golden retrievers. You just don't like him because he's a poodle. And I would always say, no, Mom, I don't like him because his breath stinks. You can hear him out there right now. He's just running his mouth. There's nothing going on. Anyway, I need to shut up. So I'm going to do this video. I have purposely saved it for many days, and as usual, I have not watched a moment of it. The creator is AUTOPSIA. I definitely will put the link below. Please subscribe. AUTOPSIA, and I believe it's a dude, has gained 100 subscribers since I last posted his video. So you guys, please hook him up. Subscribe. I have sent him a message saying, let's work together. You have the talent to make the video, and I have the funny. So let's work together, but maybe I just haven't checked my email. Anyway, so we know. Here's the disclosures. Oh my goodness, before I start. You know, my friend Ashley, our new friend, sent me a whole plethora of Thrive, and I was going to do my live tonight, but I decided it will be much more fun if the boy is here. Plus, we need 2 people tasting it, and the man, he doesn't want to be on tape, and I get that. You guys, we're boomers. Not all of us like this. So I will appreciate your patience. And here we go. Okay.
Hi, welcome to part 2 of this video essay.
See, I don't care for the please be respectful in the comments. Say what you want. And okay, the man is walking outside right now. I happen to be taping. I don't care what you want. Say what you want and understand other people may have different opinions. And it's okay.
Looking at whether or not Shannon Watts may have had Munchausen by proxy. Be sure to watch.
She absolutely did.
Part 1, if you haven't already. I will link that in the description. In that video, we looked at these various factors which can lead healthcare workers to suspect MBPS, or Munchausen by proxy syndrome. Now, we'll look at the ones in blue, which I believe I see indicators of in Shannon's
these are going to be very
social media posts.
Remember, blue and yellow make green, and he doesn't have any of them in green.
Not only did Shannon appear to have an extensive medical history, but both...
An extensive fake medical history. You all are watching someone who has an extensive medical history. I have had 13 laparotomies. A laparotomy is when you have surgery and they have to take clamps and open your body up so that they're able to get to everything. Nowadays, and I'm going to make up the number, I do not know and I want to look it up, more than half of the surgeries are performed laparoscopy, which means they just make a little hole and they go in and do that. But when you have intestinal and real issues, they can't do that. They have to clamp your stinking stomach open, and it's gross, and it gives you stretch marks. And I have horrendous scar. I have 36 inches of scars right down my 6-pack abs, but it is what it is. Well. Better than the alternative.
And this was regularly posted about on Shannon's social media. Granted, having many social media posts about being sick.
Okay, here's the first post. Celeste and Bella are ready for their bilateral ear tubes and adenectomy. These girls share everything. I've already told you guys this. I was born in October of 1970. I believe in August of 1972, I was a test patient for tubes. So if you need tubes in the ears, all that has happened is a very little film of skin has grown over your eardrum. And, they can wipe it away, but it grows back. So they put the tubes in your ears so that that little piece of skin will not continue to grow back. Same way when you get earrings. If you get brand new earrings or, ear piercings, you cannot take them out for 4 to 6 weeks because the skin will grow back. So that's all tubes were. And the tubes fell out naturally. I find it very hard to believe. Okay, if Bella were diagnosed with tubes, Celeste would never have been diagnosed for tubes at the same time. This was a mother who went doctor shopping. And this dude has the name of it, Parangration or something. He is the official name. But again, why would you post? Look at Bella. Look at Bella's face. Look at that. She's not happy. She's humiliated. And okay, it doesn't have who Shannon's with. But my guess is she's posted this on their Facebook page so that when she hands them the password, they can again be humiliated. And the children are both in hospital scrubs right here. If you brought them to the hospital, why were they not in their pajamas? My guess is because it makes it look more official if they're, oh my goodness.
Doesn't necessarily.
I wish this woman could defend
with
herself.
Having a lengthy medical record. I could post about not feeling well a lot on Facebook.
Doctor, what's up? You may want to look. Shannon has a photo of Bella. For the most part, she's naked, only half of her belly up, or a little bit below her chest up. But there are creeps out there. You absolutely do not post pictures of your children in this situation. And here's something else. Bella looks very happy. Why is she at the doctor? And she says, here to see allergists for bells. Okay, that's a hospital band. She's not at the allergist. She's at the ER. Look at that. Well, I guess those are probably in doctors' rooms as well. But this is 100% an emergency room admittance band. Oh my goodness.
Without ever actually going to the doctor.
It's a good thing I didn't take that Thrive today. Ashley sent me that Thrive. Was it yesterday I took it? And an hour and a half, my hands were shaking. And I drink caffeine. I have one Coke Zero, usually almost every single night with dinner. I drink water the rest of the time. But my hands were shaking. I was half overdosed on, and I only took the patch. I haven't taken the rest of the garbage.
But
that costs $300 a month.
We have numerous check-ins at various hospitals.
Okay, more posts. Oh, I have to back up because I ruined it. Hang on, slow down. You guys remember, boomer here. I don't do this. Okay. Between work and girls' appointments, I think we need to move to Aurora. Okay, you guys remember, in Aurora, a mother murdered her 2 daughters because she was getting divorced and she was unhappy about it. I just find it quite odd that Shannon would bring up Aurora. Ophthalmology for Celeste. Procedure next month for a blocked tear duct. I don't believe this. There is no way your children have all of these issues. Okay, I had a kid who had a blocked tear duct and his eye got pink and swollen. We went, they took it, and it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. But what I didn't do was post it.
We have numerous check-ins at various
looking
hospitals.
For empathy. Okay. Oh, I said this in the last video. I'm not going to back up. But she says, why do afternoon appointments have to be 4 hours? You guys, 2 comas, 13 laparotomies. I never once had a 4-hour appointment. She's a liar. Okay, and then it's a picture of Bella, and her hair is actually looking a little grown in. She says she is not impressed with being back at the ENT. We need a frequent flyer card. Well, maybe, Mom, she realizes she's not sick. And this is all for attention. The more you cry and whine about your family, the more people will sign up to your fucking scam MLM. Okay. If you're not watching right now, watch. There's a picture of, on the left, Celeste having her teeth done or something, and she looks horrified. Horrified. And Shannon is at the hospital with 3 others. Well, 2 others are Bella and Cece. I wonder if that third other was the CPS person. And yes, that is pure speculation on my part. But why did she always have someone else with them? And it was almost as if she had to go to North Carolina that summer. Well, we know she had to go because she did not want to spend $560 a week on daycare. But I wonder if it was because she was not allowed to be home alone with her children. And in the beginning, I thought that was just no, not even possible. But the more I watch, the more remember, this woman, has she ever told us one honest thing in her entire life? Shannon never, ever expected to get called out on her lies. But my biggest thing, obviously, we all wish Chris had never done this. But why did he not wait just 3 weeks? What was she going to do? August 28th, the county was taking control of that house. They would have said, you have 2 hours, get out, and then you may schedule a time in the next few days to come get your belongings. What were they going to do? How is she going to brag from a 2-bedroom apartment how awesome Thrive was? And how are they going to get that 2-bedroom apartment? Her credit, or their credit, was destroyed, and she had ruined her parents' credit as well. And remember, the Watts family didn't even know these 2 had declared bankruptcy. They had no idea of the issues. I believe Sandy Watts made a statement right away that said, wow, I'm really impressed. You're having a 3rd child? I'm really impressed you're financially able to afford this. Oh my good. I said this. Oh my goodness. I say everything all over again. I'm old. What were they going to do with that Lexus? You can't get 3 car seats in the back of that Lexus. So they were going to need a new vehicle. How are they going to handle that? They didn't even own a vehicle. The truck was owned by Anadarko, and the Lexus was owned by Lavelle. Sorry, I was Thrive Lavelle. My goodness.
Appointments and
do you not want to vomit?
And what's most indicative here for me of MBPS
Love
is
the
not
word
even
indicative.
the amount of times that
we've already
Watts
seen this.
children were taken to various doctors.
Okay, that he's talking about how often she brought them to the doctors. I agree. You can't be a real mother and just Okay, on the right is Celeste passed out in the car seat in the back of the car. Bella is still sitting in her seat. But Celeste's thoughts on allergy skin testing and blood not drawn from one arm but 2 because one arm was being difficult. Still holding on to the bear they gave her and sleeping. If doctors or nurses, equivalent, struggle to get the blood out of your arms, usually it means you are just dehydrated. Okay, well, what did these children eat every day? Butter noodles and chicken nuggets. Let me know below. I cannot think of even a single video where we see these children drinking water. I mean, water. What is your body? 98% water? Oh my God. do you not want to vomit? I want to
hospitals.
Vomit. Shoot, we're only 120 in.
It's the fact that there's this extensive documenting and sharing of these visits by Shannon on Facebook. Think about it for a minute. When you or your
another picture that a pedophile, I don't want YouTube to catch me. I'll say a Biden family member. Oh my goodness, I said it. You do not post pictures of your naked children. You do not. Oh my goodness, I'm gritting my teeth. What is wrong with you?
Child go in for a doctor's appointment.
Unless you're just
taking pictures in the
hashtag. No break ever for mom. Right, no break, because mom has to deal with the children for 27 minutes in the morning and then maybe 115 minutes in the evening before she drugs them up. No break for mom. Amen.
Examination room.
Where's the hashtag drugs? Hashtag Benadryl, Tylenol PM.
Pictures of allergic responses on a skin test.
Okay, so if this is real, holy allergies. It's a post of Bella's back, which I'm still a little uncomfortable with because there are creeps that will get off on that. Add allergic to dog, cat, and mold. Okay, so why is Dieter still living in your home? If your daughter is genuinely allergic to dogs, then it's very unfortunate, but you have to get rid of the dog. I'm just sorry, you do. Something Chris said that about these shots. He said, I never saw an allergic reaction. However, I did see photos of it. Okay, well, this photo is very clearly Bella. And yes, one of my stepkids went and we did this and we played this game. So if you look down here, these are things the kid is having allergies to. Up here, there's one. And that's how they do it. They mark the different things. This is very obviously Bella. However, Shannon could have so easily Googled, allergic reaction to nuts and had a big red area and sent it to Chris. And Chris was so stupid, gullible, and brainwashed, he would have just thought, okay, looks like a boy, but if my wife said it, she's not lying. I mean, this woman controlled Chris the identical way that Prince Harry's wife is controlling him. Oh my goodness, I'm going to get off topic. If you date someone and they want to alienate you from your family, to me, that's the biggest red flags, warning signs ever. And Prince Harry's wife has alienated herself from her own family.
Of your naked child being weighed.
Right.
Reporting the number of doctors and nurses
you don't do that
in a given day. But this was a frequent pattern of behavior for Shannon.
Okay, guys, I apologize. I'm in the toilet. The biggest part of Munchausen by proxy, I sound like Sarah Boone, is you're looking for attention. You're looking for empathy. You want everyone else to feel sorry for you for all of the drama you have to go through because your child is so ill. It's sick.
My first thought was, okay, well, maybe Shannon just posted everything online because she was always attached to her phone.
We're going to do the Christmas video
again. She
was
just addicted to social media and had to post everything. So that would include doctor's visits as well. But no, that's not true. She didn't post everything online. We know
I can't believe she posted herself with that neck brace on even once.
Was drowning in debt, for instance, but she never posted about her financial problems.
Great point. Hold on. I just took a bite of charcuterie. I apologize. Last year, Chris and Shannon spent approximately $25,000. I'm sorry, guys. I just took a bite of food. on that little fancy elite daycare. I told you, my stepkid went to a place called Green Tree, maybe Bean Tree, and it's a nationwide little daycare thing. And he would go get a haircut, and it was $40. But it's a hoity-toity school, so you can brag and say, my kids go to Bean Tree. Okay. He and Shannon had insurance, but the surgery was over $100,000. He pays over $500 a month for health insurance through Anadarko. Okay, for his entire family, that's 100% fair. When they talk about, okay, he's talking about the surgery for Shannon's compressed disc was over $100,000. The only reason it cost that much was because the insurance company decided it was not medically necessary. I believe my first surgery was $1.7 million. My second surgery was $1.2. And then I know for a fact I had one that was $1.42 because we joked that it was $420. Do you want to know what I had to pay for those surgeries? $30 each time. Because I had insurance and the insurance company deemed my surgery was necessary. Okay. Shannon handled all of the finances, so he had no idea what was left. Well, he had no idea what was left on anything, and that's what I believed happened. She was gone for 5 weeks. He was served with the HOA lawsuit. He started opening the bills and realizing they were only paying the electric bill at the cutoff and the gas and the direct TV. They were paying it on the cutoff day. And he thought, what the hell is going on? Okay. Cece had acid reflux and they had medical bills related to her endoscopies. There's no actual proof that Cece had acid reflux. They had numerous bills related to Cece's allergy testing. Again, Chris worked for Anadarko, which is a good, real company. If these medical tests for Celeste were necessary, they would have had $30 copays. I want to eat something, but both of his girls had inhalers for child asthma. Cece took Singulair and Bella took... Right. They owed approximately $8,000 to $10,000 in credit card debt, which her parents co-signed for. After the bankruptcy, her parents co-signed for that. So they knew, her parents knew, she was struggling with her budget. Yet they still, it was 3 different credit cards. Her father signed off on 3 credit cards. I can maybe understand the first one. Okay, you just declared bankruptcy, but you need some credit. It will help you rebuild your credit score. But the second and third one, what the hell? And his last point says, their Lexus was paid for by Lavelle through a car allowance. Okay, you guys all remember that. Car allowance was $800 a month, and yes, it did cover car insurance. But Shannon had to have 3 new recruits every month. A new recruit costs $300. So if it's 4 days left at the end of the month, and you've only scammed 2 people into signing up, well, isn't it a lot cheaper to create a fake profile and a new $300 account rather than pay your $800 copay or car bill? Oh my goodness. I have to eat something. I apologize.
She didn't post about the marital issues she and Chris were experiencing on Facebook. She didn't post about all the stressors that were actually threatening the stability of the life she had built. Stressors, which she confided in her friends about.
What he's saying is good enough.
So why then
it's Shannon being dramatic
post so much about her children's medical issues? Why were financial and marital concerns off limits to social media, but medical concerns were not? Now I want to talk about the timeline of illnesses for the Watts girls. This info is from WebMD. Other sources give about the same frequency regarding the number of illnesses in the first 3 years of life, give or take 1 or 2. The frequency then decreases after 4 years of age. Each episode of illness can last up to 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Let's look at how...
Look at what this dude did. He took the time to make an Excel spreadsheet. Oh, you go, brother. Please subscribe to this dude. He has 438 subscribers. My goodness, he's brilliant.
The Watts children were reported as being ill. I went through the Facebook posts from Shanann Watts from the years 2009 to 2018, and I noted all the posts that were medical in nature. These are just the ones I found after a few weeks of online searching. I listed them on a spreadsheet by date, which let me organize them into different topics. For example, how many...
Frankly, I don't know how he was able to search her post for 3 weeks. I search her post for 17 minutes and I start to want to vomit.
Times Bella was sick versus Celeste versus both children. Here are some results.
I just thought about something. Wait. Before the girls were born, it was Shannon with all of the health challenges. You all notice that the moment she had children, all of her own personal health challenges went down the drain or by the wayside. And now it's all the girls, which is just more proof. This is just garbage. She's lying.
For the bar graph, I drew a dotted line where we can consider the average upper limit to be, if we choose that number to be 10 illnesses per year. Since the x-axis of this graph is divided into 6-month periods, we can have that number arrive at 5. Right off the bat, we see that Celeste's illness list, the younger daughter, is particularly noteworthy. But let's start with the older daughter, Bella. Just remember that since this graph is only showing the number of posts I found, it doesn't really convey the fact that Shanann claimed Bella had fevers for months on end. Bella Marie Watts, the oldest daughter of Chris and Shanann, was born on December 17th, 2013. She was 4.5 years old at the time of her death. The first post regarding illness for her is 9 months after her birth in August of 2014. In that post, Shanann notes that this is her first time being sick. Up until that time, various members of the Watts extended family had been living with them and helping them with the newborn. Both sets of grandparents in the winter and spring, and then Shanann's brother stayed with them throughout the summer. And the only health-related post I found from this time is from January 29th, 2014, when Shanann mentions a doctor appointment for her and Bella as a checkup. In August of 2014, when extended family members are no longer staying with the Watts, the reports of illness begin. So on September 29th, we have this post from Shanann stating that Bella has been sick for over a month. So that's from roughly August 25th to...
So you guys realize what he's saying. When there were other adults, accountable adults in the home, the girls were never sick. But once it was just she and Chris, all of a sudden they had all these health issues. Okay. Shanann post, August 25th. This is about a little shy of 4 years before the murder. My poor baby is sick. She can't breathe through her nose. She's so congested. I have her in the swing in our room tonight, and I hear her breathing over my rain machine. She's 12 feet away from me. Poor baby. This is the first time she's ever been sick. I'm just glad she's able to sleep right now. I can't, ... Okay. I've had children, and I do not believe this is the right way to handle that, but I will move on. Okay. So the next post is just 2 months and a few days after that previous one. Bella just can't catch a break. Pardon me, I burped. I burped again. Back to back sick for over a month. 10-day cold. 15-day diarrhea. And now we are on day 3 of a cold again. She sounds like a bulldog. A cute one. Okay. Her post isn't over, but I'm going to interrupt. If Bella had diarrhea for 15 days, then you're a really, really crappy mom that you didn't take your child to a doctor. If you have diarrhea for 3 days, go to the doctor. You don't have to go to the ER. Go to the doctor. But here, this bimbo brags about it. Okay, I'm going back to her post. Oh, I apologize. I'm not her post yet. I get so frustrated. My heart starts racing. This woman was a nut job. And why did her parents not say something to her? It could have saved her life. It really could have. Okay, Shannon's post. I'm just glad she's still sleeping through the night. She needs it. Can't wait to wake her and suction the gunk out of her. If you can't find us, we will be steaming. Okay, when she talks about the suctioning of her, it's you take this little bulb, it's usually a bluish green bulb, and you suck the boogers out of your kid's nose. And my goodness, I won't lie, I loved doing it. I thought it was the most fun thing. I love popping pimples. And to me, pulling the boogers out was awesome. I would never have been bitching about that.
Number 29.
But I wouldn't have had
we don't
children
have too
with
many mentions
issues like
of
this.
sickness until Celeste is born the following summer on July 17th, 2015. Then we have 3 posts on January
I can't believe he did this. Good for him.
In April 2015.
This dude has more time than I do.
2015. All stating that Bella is sick. But so far, things appear relatively normal in terms of frequency. I only found 4 related medical posts.
If you will look, they went from September 29th to January 15th without a sick post. So I'm going to assume, let's think, they had Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So I wonder if the Christmas... Someone let me know below. What year was the Christmas video? Was it 2014? No, it was not. It was the following year. Never mind.
Through the end of 2015. There is a notable post on September 15th. It's not on Facebook, but it's in a forum for familial Mediterranean fever.
Okay. I have not read a moment of this. But the very first time I ever heard of this FMF was when I started researching Shannon. Shannon was obviously the woman who wanted to be sick. And therefore, if she has it, she can get attention. She was almost, I'm half shocked, she never said she had cancer. So she was at least aware enough that if she said she had cancer, people in a year and a half would say, well, what happened to the cancer? So instead, she made up the lupus and the fibromyalgia. Hi, my name is Shannon, and my 21-month-old daughter has been having low-grade fevers pretty much daily since June. Okay, side note, not on the post. This is a complete lie. There are other texts where she talks about this is not true. Okay, anyway. I'm back to her post. We have been through infectious disease, consulted with rheumatology, and currently being seen with hematology. Hematology is the blood people. All tests came back negative, which means your children do not have this disease. And before I get to the post, it took her 4 different doctors before a doctor would say, yes, your children have FMF, which, what the fuck, I've never heard of. Okay. Hematologist has me documenting her fevers every day at the same time for 2 months, and we go back to see him at the end. Okay, well, the reason he had you do that was because he didn't believe you. And so he thought, if I can ditch this woman for 2 months, maybe she'll come around. So that's all that was. He thinks she has FMF. If he thought she had FMF, he would not have waited 2 months to see this child again. Back to the post. I don't know anything about it except what I've read on the internet. So she didn't post this. But what she's saying is she searched for every bit of info on the internet she can, and if the doctor doesn't say it, she'll find a counterpart to that. She's lying. Oh my goodness. Back to Shannon. Was hoping to find a groups where I can hear more, where I can learn more about it. It's hard to know what hurts her. Well, maybe what hurts her is that her mother doesn't really care about her. Her mother has finally realized that she is simply a prop for Shannon's fake, I'm not going to say it, effing online life.
FMF. This post, I believe, shows several indicators of MBPS.
Amen.
Specifically, negative test
results. Amen. Okay, you guys know MBPX. That's Munchausen by Proxy. Amen.
3 different medical specialists.
Figure 4.
Shanann will post 2 more times in this forum in the following year.
Goodness, it's cold out here.
And both times, again, there are indicators of MBPS.
Oh, I love this guy.
In February 2016, she mentions being back to square one after genetic testing was apparently inconclusive, adding to the mounting number of negative or inconclusive test results, which does not dissuade Shanann Watts from continuing to focus on FMF for her children. There is an unacceptance of wellness as Shanann is setting up an appointment with a genetic counselor. She blames the doctors for not seeming to have a game plan. She says that Bella has no other symptoms, which is very atypical for FMF, which is an autoimmune disorder and frequently occurs.
I'm looking it up right now. That's why I'm asking.
Symptoms such as rashes, joint swelling, and other issues. The post from July 26th shows another negative test result regarding the thyroid. The phrase, my girls are not 100% diagnosed.
Okay, I really apologize. I didn't really listen to what he just said. So I looked up how many people in the United States have this FMF, familiar flu, or something. Familiar Mediterranean fever is what it's called. And actually, only about 4% of Americans get this. It's more of a Mediterranean issue. But out of the 4% of 360 million people living in this country, my goodness, Celeste and Bella had it.
They are leaning towards
and
FMF.
I slammed that space bar.
Appears to be a misrepresentation of the facts and an unacceptance of wellness.
Right,
in reality,
she's a liar.
Numerous specialists had been consulted, and the result...
I say this every time. I don't know that we'll get through this in one video, but my goodness, I will try. I'm very frustrated, and I want to shut it down.
Proved inconclusive.
My heart starts racing.
And what started as a problem with Bella now...
Tell me again, why did her parents not pick up the phone and say, sweetheart, we love you, but you're appearing as a psychopath?
With Celeste as well.
Yes, I'm going to stop this and do a part 2.
Someone commenting on this post with a sentence fragment is apparently all the proof Shanann needs to decide that both her girls must have this relatively rare syndrome. Now,
Shannon just made a comment about her daughters playing soccer. That's another lie. Another total lie. Okay, I'm going to find a place to stop this because I'm overwhelmed.
Drastically increases.
I get frustrated.
In January 2016,
what's wrong with this woman?
Shanann begins selling Thrive products.
Okay, again, why did her parents? What the heck was wrong with? I've said this to you guys so many times. My father may have driven down here to Virginia and said, "Sunshine, something is wrong. You do not post this stuff." And my father wasn't co-signed on 3 of my credit cards or aware that I had declared bankruptcy. Oh, yeah, and I didn't ask my parents to move to my state to help me pay my rent. I mean, her parents were so aware of all of the drama The physical drama, not the mental drama. Well, they were aware of the mental drama. They chose to ignore that. But they were completely aware of all of the stinking physical drama, and they continued to enable her. Meanwhile, the Watts family were unaware of all of this. And yet, you still have a crucifix of people who badmouth the Watts family. Okay, I really need to find a place very soon to shut it down. My heart is racing. I cannot take it.
So there could be a possible connection here, because in a vast majority of the posts, Shannon uses the space to promote Thrive products. Essentially, she says that Thrive is what is giving her the energy to handle all these parenting crises.
Oh, yeah.
And it becomes...
I took Thrive one day. I put that patch on my up on my chest. If you're curious, I made a little short. I assume you can find it. About 90 to 120 minutes. I'm standing in my little mail case, putting in my mail, and my hands are starting to shake. Almost as if I'm having an addiction to something or an overdose of something. I like to drink a soda when I eat, and I usually drink just one soda a day. With dinner, I drink soda. The man has wine, I drink soda. When I have my breakfast and my lunch, I drink water. So I'm exposed to caffeine. And I mean, no lie, my hands were shaking. I could not have been able to write my own signature perfectly. And Ashley, thank you again for sending that Thrive. The boy and I are going to have a wonderful time doing the live stream. Why do people take this? Okay, side note, Shannon looks beautiful here. Absolutely beautiful.
Exceedingly rare for her not to mention Thrive.
She has no lips, but that's not really her fault.
Regarding
4 hours in the same room with doctors for girls will make you crazy. Okay, well, why are you in a room with 4 hours? because you're a psycho. Oh my goodness, I apologize. I've hit something wrong. Boomer.
Thrive, remember, are health products, supplements,
Get that
which
stupid
Shannon was selling as part of an MLM for a company called Lavelle.
We live in a world with masks. Every time I see someone with a mask, depends on my mood, but I usually say, why are you wearing that mask? I have a CDC printout that shows all of the facts of the mask, and it proves that the mask was just a pure scam to see how hard the government could butt screw us. And I hand it out to people because I get so sad when I see anyone still wearing a mask.
There's a lot of information out there about that.
It's a scam. They needed to steal an election.
There's a gap in reporting illnesses for both girls.
Okay, every once I said previously, don't post yourself like that. Every once in a while, I get that. I personally never did it myself. I spent from the very day I entered the hospital, 365 days. I spent the next 187 nights in the hospital, and I did not post a single photo like this. And I was still on Facebook at that time.
And had next
because I was humiliated. I didn't want people to know
about this. See another post about her.
Bella's official first day of school wearing her uniform. They both are in love with the camera. Okay, I wonder how much that uniform costs. Well, my kid goes to a private school, and the little V-neck sweaters are about $38. You've got to get them a clip-on tie. It's about $18. And I mean, you could buy the official pants or, go to Nordstrom and buy those pants, and they're about the same price. But if your child is 4, she doesn't need that.
Children being sick until November. Instead, we see many photos of Shanann in her neck brace. Once the neck brace comes off.
Because she's proud. She wants all of you all to realize, oh my goodness, I have this horrific, I apologize, neck injury. And look at what a stud I am. I am so awesome. I can do all of this. I can still do laundry and sort the clothing by colors when she wasn't really. And I absolutely love Bella's little Pittsburgh Penguins cheerleader outfit there, but I hate the Penguins.
Posts about the children's illnesses.
Alex,
no, in 2016, every single month has at least one post concerning illness in the children, and many months contain multiple posts. It's the same thing the following year in 2017. Multiple posts every month, with two.
Wasn't I trying to shut this down? Yes, I need to shut it down.
There are no posts of illness from February of 2017 that I could find. And this corresponds exactly with a visit from Cindy Watts, Mrs. Mother. There's a post.
Well, that's very, very, very interesting. So everybody, slow down. Let's pay attention. We have talked about this prior. When her little friend from Hawaii came to stay with her after her insurance said her neck surgery was not needed, we also had no doctor visits. And now here's Sandy looking beautiful and happy. And we also have no doctor visits. Wow, that's very interesting. And I'm going to try to shut this down so I can get it posted. We'll do the rest of it later.
That she arrives January 27th.
Look how beautiful and happy Sandy looks.
About illness occurring until
Sandy?
A month later, March 9th.
Sandy Watts, yes.
The other period of time when there are no illness posts about the girls is right after Shanann undergoes neck surgery
Cindy
in September.
Watts. I apologize.
The neck brace comes off in November of 2017, and now the illnesses pick up again for both children.
Okay, the post, I am really trying to find a break. It was Cindy Watts. I apologize. I've had a couple of people get really angry at me. Okay, before I start reading, my point is whenever there were other people around, the children were not sick. So let's go to this, what AUTOPSIA said, no, I believe it says. Additionally, 2 friends came and stayed with the Watts to help out for this time period. Here's Shannon's post. Words can't express how grateful I am to have such incredible friends in my life, especially when they drop everything and fly from Hawaii to Denver to help me with my kids for 6 weeks due to my neck surgery. We are truly going to miss Christina and Corral. Something we dropped them off today. I want to vomit. Rudy, be quiet. No, I guess
this timing is really uncanny to me. In many cases of MPPS,
my goodness, you guys think about how much time this dude did to figure all this out. Good for him. The presence
of MPPS is determined by removing the child
I may not make this a part 2
and seeing if their symptoms
improve. This is too good.
Now, we can't do that in this case for obvious reasons. But what we can say is that on multiple occasions, when a family member comes to visit the Watts for an extended period of time, there is a noticeable dearth of posts regarding illness. But when the family is not visiting, suddenly there are frequent posts regarding illness.
Excellent.
And starting in January of 2017, the same month that Shanann is introduced to drive, the reports of illness drastically increase. This is incredibly suspicious, in my opinion, though it's not conclusive proof.
To me, it's pretty
noteworthy
conclusive.
Inconsistency I found regarding Bella
Rudolph
is that Shanann posts on April 5th, 2018, and April 6th, 2018, that Bella...
Okay, before he starts even reading all of this, go away.
Is experiencing
Celeste last night slept with us with bad ear infection. Great grammar. Tonight, Bella seems to have come home from school with a stomach virus. First one ever. I don't believe that. I'm extra thankful for Thrive. Well, why? Why are you extra thankful for Thrive? Because you're actually able to pay attention to your children. But I'm uncomfortable with the children in the bed. But that's you guys do what you want. I don't like that.
Virus. She points this out twice in 2 separate posts, a day apart, that this is Bella's first stomach virus. Yet we have earlier posts from November 23rd, 2015 and January 10th, 2015.
See, I'm not this smart, or I don't have this much time. I don't care as much. Okay, so here's pictures of Bella with apparently a stomach virus, November 23rd, 2015, January 10th, 2016, and then May 5th, 2016. Okay, all this dude proved was that our girl was a liar. Maybe an effing liar.
16, which both report Bella as having
stomach her lips?
flu or stomach
She
virus.
has no lips.
Now we look at Celeste. The younger daughter, Celeste, or Cece, had even more medical issues, and she had only just turned 3 at the time of her death. I found that Shannon reported Cece as being sick or not feeling well 23 times. This does not include 4 additional instances of having stomach viruses, 2 instances of specifically high fevers. So altogether, that's 29 separate instances of illness, which divided by 3 is about 10 illnesses per year, essentially double the frequency as that of Bella. And
how impressive that he did all that work.
Regarding surgeries or further ailments Cece was reported to have.
How
which
impressive.
Include a lethal allergy to
Good for you,
nuts,
dude.
the
Thank
aforementioned FMF. I'm going to mispronounce this, but eosinophiliac esophagus.
He did a much better job than I could have. Let's try it. And I'm only going off what he just gave me. Eosinophilic esophagitis. Well, the last word is much easier.
EOE, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce, a bad ear infection, and incidents where Cece busted her lip, inserted a French fry into her nose,
the Capitals are getting spanked tonight,
and hit her head.
I'm a sports fan. Additionally, page 1901 of the Discovery record, swollen ankle pictures texted from Shannon to Chris during her visit to North Carolina with the children the summer before their deaths. We don't know which daughter this was, but both parents agree it looks severe. It was Bella, and I clearly remember it, and I remember thinking, she hurt us. It's not a big deal. Rudolph, be quiet or we will execute you. Dumb old jerk. Guys, you know I love Rudy, but my goodness, he's too loud sometimes.
One of the major medical catastrophes which Shannon recorded was Celeste's allergic reaction to eating cashews, which would later result in the so-called nut gate incident the following summer, which those who follow this...
I'm frustrated very much with Rudy, to the point I'm going to go pick him up. But I'm reading Shannon Watts is feeling gross at the hospital. Shut up, Rudy! I apologize if you're wearing headphones. Safe to say, Celeste has a severe allergy to cashews. She had 2 small Tic Tac site cashews and the word is anaphylactic. Well, hold on a second. Rudy? Be quiet. I actually just smacked my dog. He's sitting here barking at a stinking leaf, being a fool. I guess we get old and we get crazy, and now Oscar's over here saying, "What's wrong, Mommy? What's wrong?" Rudy, shut the heck up. Okay, back to Shannon's post. Vomited all over me. If Celeste had vomited all over Shannon, there would have been a photo of it. And you guys, I just smacked my dog, but I didn't smack him hard. I smacked him with that, right on the tail. Wake the heck up, dude. And you notice he's quiet now, but okay. vomited all over me, gave her a bath, quick one, as I thought she was getting a stomach virus, and then saw hives all over her mouth and cheeks. Rushed her to Children's after talking to Sarah, who is awesome, where she vomited again all over me 3 times. Where's the photos? Extremely scary because of the way she was acting. Chris came from work. So the actual parent came from work, which I'm grateful for. Of course you are. The reason you spend $560 a week is because you don't want to be the parent. Okay. They gave her EpiPen, Zofran, and prednisone. 5 hours later, they're monitoring her and planning on keeping her for 4 more hours. I find it hard to believe they're going to keep her for 4 more hours. And on a side note, I take Zofran. 2 times a week. Chris took Bella home so my mom can watch her while he picks my dad up from the airport. Now to keep her happy for the next 4 hours. In the little children's hospitals, you have Slurpee machines, candy machines. You have the PlayStation right at the bed. Yeah, it's going to be very hard. Man, this woman freaks me out.
Aware of. Look at this post.
I'm sorry for smacking my dog, but you guys, I really did only smack right at his tail, and he's not shutting up.
Where Shannon presents the event online. There is, in my opinion, a lot of unnecessary detail here.
Wonder where hashtags is. Good things we follow up with docs next week. It should say, good things I'll find a new way to seek attention next week.
Exactly how many times Celeste vomited. The list of medications that were administered. EpiPen, Zofran, and prednisone twice.
Okay, do you see what he says? Also, adding hashtags to a life-threatening situation for a child just seems to be very odd behavior. Did I not just say that? You don't do this. If this is real and you're genuinely concerned about your child, you do not do this. What is wrong with this? Well, what was wrong with this woman? Yes, that was crass.
Peregrination, or Dr.Shannon.
I want to have him say it again. What?
Ohio State.
He said, go Buckeyes, go Ohio State, amen. Okay, this is a word I struggle with. Let's go. The man's been outside working. It's dark now. I'm not really sure. I think he probably just went to get beer. Okay, ready?
Peregrination.
Peregrination. Thank you. I'll say it again. Peregrination, also known as doctor shopping. I believe Shannon had to get Chris out of North Carolina so she was able to alienate him from his family, the same way Prince Harry's wife alienated him from his family. Rudy! Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for screaming. I'm so sorry. Shut the heck up, you dumb little jackass. I do apologize if you're wearing headphones. I believe she had to get Chris out of North Carolina to alienate him from his family. But I also believe she had run out of doctors. They didn't. Where I live, I believe there's, 4 million people here? Man, I could go to doctor, and they're not going to link it. But if you live in a, 200,000 town place in North Carolina where 80% of those people are the military, so they're not going to your doctors, the doctors will figure you out. My goodness.
Shopping is when those with
Rudy's coming back, and he's really getting on my nerves.
Yes, change healthcare providers.
I didn't even want this dog. I took him because it was my parents' dog. And yes, I have fallen in love with him. But he's still a pain in my nuts.
As they seek a diagnosis. There are some indications.
Finally have a doctor I'm extremely happy with. Both girls are scheduled to have tubes and adenoidectomy. Is that what's getting rid of your... No, that's a tonsillectomy. Who knows? So Shannon's bragging that she finally found a doctor she could lie and scam.
Her Facebook post that Shannon did this.
We're going to finish
In this post, Shannon states, finally, a doctor I am happy with. Both girls scheduled for tubes and adenoidectomy.
Hey, at least only Bella's wearing LuLaRoe.
So here, Shanann says that she found a new doctor because she wasn't happy with the previous
Cece's clothes could be
Apparently,
LuLaRoe
they didn't
also.
recommend that both her children have the same
But I know
surgeries.
Bella's are.
Notice how thrilled Shanann appears to be now that the surgeries have been scheduled. This is
more attention.
Classic Munchausen by proxy.
Amen.
Being excited at the prospect of a diagnosis or surgery.
Amen.
The key
atypical presentation.
Atypical presentation involves
I love the word
both
atypical.
Girls appear to contract.
Do you guys watch Brittany? She's a royal commentator. I love her. She says atypical all the time. Another word she says is ergo. Ergo means therefore. Well, I noticed that I write ergo. I rarely say it. But anyway. Celeste and Bella are ready for their bilateral ear tubes and adenoidectomy. These girls share everything. No, when your mother is lying, that's when they
Various
share.
Ailments together.
I think it's disgusting. Look at Bella. This child is not 3 years old, and she's so focused on that iPad. This child should not even know what an iPad is.
Both require the same surgeries. Both require nebulizers. Both, Shanann suspects, have FMF, though in 2 posts she says it's only one daughter, and in 1 post she says it's 2. This, frankly, should raise alarm bells. Did anyone ever question this at the time?
Okay.
Some of the doctors may have, which could be why Shanann wasn't satisfied with them until she found one that would agree to simultaneous surgeries.
What was it? Parangalogically? I know I'm wrong, but doctor shopping.
All right, that's probably enough for part 2.
And this dude is awesome.
I should be able to wrap this up with one more.
Oh my goodness, he's going to give us a part 3. I have sent him messages. Let's hope he would like to hook up with me. This dude is awesome. He has the talent. I have the funny. We need to hook up. Part 3 will include medical jargon, relationship with staff, treatment outcomes, his conclusion, and even the dog gets sick. But why is the dog in the house? Bella had severe allergies to dogs and cats. So you didn't care enough about your child to get rid of your dog? And yes, that's a very terrible situation to be in, but you must put one in front of the other or you are lying.
Where I go through the rest of the indicators of MBPS and look at more posts and see what indicators there are for Shanann having MBPS.
Kids, please, please hook this man up and subscribe to him. He is wonderful and brilliant. If you feel like sending him a message, say, hey, you should hook up with my girlfriend, Meredith 2 Cents, because she has quite the humor, and we could make these videos a lot more humorous. People need laughter in their lives. My goodness, especially these days. You're still watching right now. I'm shocked. I'm humbled. Thank you. Please hit like, hit subscribe, and most definitely do subscribe to this dude. Thank you. God bless you. Happy Easter. And may God bless this America.